Today we will discuss about the uh, back of shoulder region. This is the rhomboid shape trapezius muscles, and we have not reflected the portion of the head and neck portion of the trapezius muscles, but we have got the medial border of the attachment of the trapezius. We have reflected it. After the reflection of the trapezius, we can see the three muscles. This is the medial border of scapula, and this is the spinous process of the scapula. This is the lateral border of the scapula, and this is the medial border of scapula. On the dorsal aspect of the medial border of the scapula, there are three muscles attached, and here you can see this is the rhomboids major. At the spine level, there is a rhomboids minor, and the upper level, there is a levator scapulae muscles. These are the three muscles of the attached to the scapula on the medial border of the dorsum of the scapula. So above to the spine there is attachment of the levator scapulae. At the level of spine there is attachment of the rhomboids minor, and below to the spine there is a dorsal aspect. On the medial border there is attachment of the rhomboids major. Here I will reflect. I have already got the rhomboids major and minor, and just below to it, here you can see this is the nerve, and this nerve, which is the dorsal scapular nerve, and along with it there is a branch artery, and this artery, it is a deep branch of the transverse cervical artery. Deep branch of the transverse cervical artery. It is also a branch of the thyrocervical trunk, and thyrocervical trunk, which is arise from the subclavian artery. So this dorsal scapular nerve or nerve to rhomboids, which particularly it supplies to the rhomboids major and minor muscles. After that, I have dissected the supraspinatus muscles, and I have reflected the supraspinatus muscles. And here you can see this is a one ligament on the superior border of the scapula. Here I already show you this is the suprascapular ligaments. Here you can see this is the, I will keep this scapula. This is the spinous process. This is the spinous process. This is the medial border. This one is the medial border. Here there is a rhomboids major which is attached, rhomboids minor and levator scapulae. And here you can see this is the suprascapular notch, and here also you can see this my forceps which is inside the suprascapular notch, and this is the ligament. It is called the suprascapular ligament, which notch convert into the foramen. So just above to the foramen there is a suprascapular vessels which is passes, and deep to this foramen, here you can see this is the suprascapular nerve which is come out. And this suprascapular nerve, it is a branch of the upper trunk, and it supplies to the supraspinatus as well as the infraspinatus. After that, I have got the origin of the deltoid muscles from the lower margin of the spine as well as the acromion process, and I reflect the deltoid muscles. And I also got the upper margin of the infraspinatus muscles and reflect the infraspinatus muscles. And here you can see from this suprascapular foramen, the nerve which is enter inside the spinoglenoid notch, and this from this spinoglenoid notch, the suprascapular nerve which is enter nerve and artery which is enter inside the infraspinatus fossa, and it supplies to the infraspinatus muscles as well as the artery which is also supplies to the infraspinatus. So now suprascapular nerve which is supplies to the supraspinatus as well as the infraspinatus, as well as artery. It is a suprascapular artery which is the branch of the thyrocervical trunk, and it is enter inside the suprascapular foramen. Here you can see this is the suprascapular foramen, and from this suprascapular foramen above to the suprascapular foramen, enter to the spinoclinoid notch and it enter inside the infraspinatus foramen along with the suprascapular nerve. So both suprascapular vessels and nerves which innervate to the suprascapular supraspinatus and infraspinatus muscles. Now I will show you the three spaces. Now I will show you the muscles. This is the infraspinatus muscles. This one is the teres minor muscles. Here you can see this is the latissimus dorsi, and also this is along with it there is a teres major muscles. So teres major as well as latissimus dorsi. Latissimus dorsi, which is you can see from the front side better tendon, and the teres major you can see from the back sides. But here you can see this my two finger which is horizontally and these two finger are transversely. So this upper border of upper triangular space which is formed by the teres minor, below it is bounded by the teres major, and lateral it is bounded by the long head of triceps, and it contains the one vessels. It is the circumflex scapular artery, and it is a branch of the subscapular artery. So this circumflex scapular artery, this suprascapular artery, and the medial border there is a deep branch of transverse cervical artery. These are the three arteries which are making the anastomosis around to the this deep branch of transverse cervical artery, and this is the along with it there is a dorsal scapular nerve. So the deep branch of transverse cervical at the medial border of scapula, suprascapular artery at the upper border of the scapula, and the circumflex scapular artery at the lateral border of the scapula. All three makes the anastomosis around to the scapula. So upper triangular space which is bounded above by the teres minor, below by the teres major, and the lateral it is bounded by the long head of triceps, and it contains the circumflex scapular vessels. So this is the circumflex scapular vessels. This one is the upper quadrangular. This is the quadrangular space, and it is covered by the deltoid muscles. I reflected the deltoid. Here you can see above it is bounded by the teres minor. Below here you can see, because the teres major goes from back to forward anteriorly. So the lower it is bounded by the teres major. Here you can see there is a tendon of the teres major. Medially it is bounded by the long head of triceps, and laterally it is bounded by the shaft of the humerus, and it contains the it contains the axillary nerve and the posterior circumflex humeral vessels. So these are the content of the quadrangular space and in the boundary of the quadrangular space. And the lower one, here you can see this is the lower triangular space, and this lower triangular space which contains the one nerve, it is a radial nerve, and along with it there is a profunda brachii artery. I will show you from the front side. Here you can see this is a radial nerve which is enter, and this is the profunda brachii artery. You can see this is a this is the brachial artery, and this is the first branch of the brachial artery. It is a profunda brachii artery which is enter into the lower triangular space. So the lower triangular space above it is bounded by the teres major, and medially it is bounded by the long head of triceps, and laterally it is bounded by the shaft of the humerus. And this is the boundary of the lower triangular space, and contents are the radial nerve and the profunda brachii vessels. So this is the about to the scapular region. Hope you enjoy the lecture, and thank you very much. Here this is the latissimus dorsi muscles. Okay.